Hey everyone, Double A here, bringing you another speed paint video. As many of you know, there's an art challenge going on right now called Smaugust. Basically, you choose or create a list of prompts for each day of the month of August, and create a dragon day based on the corresponding prompt. Unfortunately, I'm kind of slow when it comes to creating art at times, so I won't be doing a prompt a day. Instead, I'll be doing as many as I can per week within Monday through Friday. Once the week rolls over, I'll reset, focus on the new prompt for that week. Yeah, it means I won't get as many done as I did last year, especially since I'm comboing some together. But also means I won't burn out either. Burning out sucks. Anyway, like last year, I decided to use the prompt list created by Ali Briggs Art. She's awesome and posts amazing art on her Twitter, so you should totally check her out. With all that aside, let's get into the first week of Smaugust. So the prompt for day one was Hatchling. I immediately had the idea popped in my head of this goofy little fella, not even fully out of the egg, just doing his best trying to fly. I looked at a lot of pictures of newly hatched baby birds because I really wanted to get that awkward look they have with the really big head and spindly neck and limbs. One of the things I do enjoy is expressions, and I had a lot of fun with this one. His big googly eyes and tongue sticking out just really tickle me. Decided to go with cell shading on this one, partially because I've been trying to get better at it. Also felt like it would work really well with this piece, with the way I did my line work and everything. Practice makes perfect, as they say, and I like how it turned out. I also added some texture on the egg to make it pop a bit. Messed around with some of the highlight options and ultimately decided to go with edge lighting only as opposed to some additional soft highlights. Just didn't really feel right, so I nixed it. Final part was to add some coloring effects to the movement lines between the wings to give more depth. And with that, day one is done. Day two is ice. So for this one, I wanted to create a marine dragon that naturally grows a glacier on its back. I looked at a lot of reference pics of iguanas and alligators swimming underwater to help with the anatomy of this creature, and a lot of pics of glaciers and ice formations to help with the icy bits. It has a bit of a Godzilla feel to it, but I'm totally okay with that. Seems word got out to some penguins that this guy's back makes for great real estate. So they came along for the ride and decided to stay. I love the one just singing its lungs off at the front. Time to flat in some colors. At this point, I wasn't sure how to approach rendering the ice, so I kind of just winged it by throwing down a basic highlight layer and then just detailing it more per layer. I'm actually surprised how well it worked out in the short amount of time that it took me to complete. Let's give this guy some texture. time to color the lines so that everything pops just a little bit better. And after that, we'll be on to the background. The ocean gave me a little bit of trouble, but after really looking at some of the reps I had pulled up, I managed to wrap my brain around how to get the angle of the water to work. Final touch was to add some clouds and a bright sun because, dang, the sun is bright in these cold water climates, and a few gulls at the top for a little more balance. And with that, here's my ice dragon. For the final picture of week 1, I combined the prompts Sun, Royal, and Desert together into one piece. I really started working on the sketch right after I finished Ice, but I wasn't really feeling it that much. I kept trying to work on it to make it work, but it just wasn't happening. So next day when I woke up, I scrapped it and started from scratch. This new pose already felt 1,000 times better than the first, and I was really happy going forward with it. I decided to build his head off to the side. That way I wasn't distracted by the rest of his body or anything else weird. Sun to give perspective. Gotta say, I no longer fear hands, but I still hate doing them. Now to add in his wings. And finally, his jewelry. Sketched in a quick background for reference, and on to the line art. Line art can take me a while, but it's one of my favorite parts because I don't really have to think about anything. It's one of the chill parts of my process. Adding in the flats. Now to switch to the background. I sometimes jump around from the character to the background in pieces that take me longer, simply because it helps me refresh my brain a bit. That way I'm still working on the same art piece, but it feels different enough since I'm using different techniques. I used to hate doing backgrounds. Now I kind of zen out on them. Just wish I could crank them out faster. Now back to the main dude for shading and highlights. One of the reasons I did complete the background first was to give me a better idea how to highlight this guy and what effects to use. Now to color in the lines, touch up some of the details, and add that little extra layer of lighting to really bring this piece home. And there you have it, this glorious royal sun god of the desert. And yes, he's eating a sun at you. And that's it for the first week of Smaugust. Hope everyone enjoyed the prompts I managed to complete. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye bye!